Hello, collective, and welcome to the Moon Report. We have a full moon in Sagittarius today, and my name is Marlene, the modern mystic, here to bring you your moon magic as always. I am so happy to share space with you and have this community to always come back to. We are diving right in. We are getting to business. We have the chart up. We are ready to go because there's been a lot going on in terms of manifestation. And of course, what is our word of the month? Manifest. And these things do not just happen by coincidence. So listen up, collective, because this is a good time to take all of the practical tips and advice that I'm giving you at this time and apply it to the things that you want to bring out into the world, because this is what we're talking about when we're going to start talking about Jupiter. Why are we talking about Jupiter? Because Jupiter is the major player in this full moon in Sagittarius. Full moons are when the moon is opposing the sun. And if you can see here, the sun is in Gemini 13 degrees, and the moon is directly opposing 13 degrees of Sagittarius. So basically, the moon is in its full illumination, and it shows us everything that was hidden that now is being touched by the light. And that statement is so true right now, being that the South Node is still in Scorpio, okay, right here. And it is in its last degrees where it's going to be in this placement. And really, when things are in their last degree, or you hear me say something like that, that means intensity, like things get intense. And being that Jupiter over here is conjunct the North Node in Taurus, what that means is that it is adding its expansive energy, it's adding its heightened vibration, and it's pointing towards our destiny and our fate. So let me just start off by saying, before I really jump in, that anything that is coming up now is not to be ignored. It is something that is illuminating towards a path that is a possible outcome in front of us. Whatever opportunities, whatever insights, revelations, things that are coming into fruition at this time, take a second look, take a consideration, figure out if it's something that is going to require your energy or that you want to give energy to. Because that you give energy to at this moment will come into manifestation in some way. So you want to be clear. All right, here we go. So the moon is in Sagittarius. The ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. Looking at Jupiter in this chart, we are seeing the conjunction that I talked about earlier, and a square to Pluto and a square to Mars. And really what is being asked of us is really big and deep. And I'm sure in the last few weeks, you've had to dig deep to really feel what it is that you want. And these squares to Mars and to Pluto just mean that it doesn't come without its challenges and its obstacles. And we're struggling through to clear space for future manifestations in terms of our destiny, our fate, our purpose, our future. And it's big things if you want it. Now, it's going to take a certain sense of perseverance, determination, discipline. We have a sextile here to Saturn, which is, the father figure of the zodiac, the one who brings order, and it's sitting here in Pisces, doing its thing, not really strong in Pisces, but really bringing structure to our dreams, to our imagination. So dream work and imagination is really, really important right now. If you find yourself daydreaming, or if you find yourself really jarred by a dream that you had, take the time to stop, write it down, or at least feel it in your heart and kind of go through it, because it's not to be taken lightly at this time. We are all being tested and shown things in different ways, and in probably in ways that make us uncomfortable, shaking us up in a certain way. You can definitely, definitely count on Pluto to shake things up. And you can count on Mars to be really aggressive and urgent about it. So there's an intensity associated with this moon. And that's just the truth. Even though the moon itself is not really having any hard aspects to anything, having a lot of trines and sextiles and cool conversations and kind of coasting through Sagittarius, doing its thing. And it's its ruling planet, Jupiter, that is being highlighted at this time. And there has been a, grand cross that we have been dealing with for weeks in cardinal signs. And there's a lot of these, I guess, like, I don't know, like a propulsion to like do things and get things done and move through things and get the thing, and all of that is really good, but it doesn't come without its challenges. And it's really, really important that in the doing, you are balancing with the being, which is where the South Node in Scorpio comes. Because if you're ignoring the shadows that are coming up right now, you're missing something. You're going to be missing a little piece of the pie. And then you'll have to wait till you come around to that again. Let's take the opportunity right now that this South Node is still in Scorpio, and that placement of deep, deep introspection, deep, deep dive into your emotions, and see what we can really like summarize from everything that we've been through. The energy is supporting clearing. And again, it might be weird for you, but I really need you to tap into your intuition, because the more you are in the flow, the more these insights, these experiences, this knowing that I'm talking about will be available to you. If you're in the resistance and you're really, really moving through, really in this square, hey, really stuck in this story right here. It's a dark place, and it's going to be harder to kind of pull yourself out of there. If you try to think this through, if you try to get in your head about this is a moment to embrace magic, it's wisdom, opportunity, different ways of thinking, right? So I hope that that is resonating with you in some way, and that you can apply the things that I'm saying to some aspect of your life. It's it's important. These kinds of times, you know, they allow us to remember that there's something else that is co-creating with us, that is part of the design, that you are not in control of anything. None of us are. It's not a competition. We're all crazy. Okay. And the more that we let go of those preconceived notions of control, right? The more that we can get into the flow that allows us to tap into that magic, to tap into that co-creation, to be ready and available for the opportunities that are already coming your way through people, places, and things, right? And if you feel uncomfortable, guess what? You're supposed to. Right now, it's not a time where you're like, all comfy and in your space. Like, no, you're being pushed. You're being pushed to uncomfortable places, to think outside the box, to dream big, to go for it. And that shit can be scary. We all get it. Trust me, there isn't one of us that is listening to this report that hasn't felt the feeling of fear or intimidation when they're going to do something huge and big in their life. It's always there with you. It's not going to go anywhere. You got to take it. You got to befriend it, make it your ally, keep going. Easier said than done. Yes. So stop, reflect, go through the closet, do some housekeeping. You know, if there's something that's still tugging at you in terms of a power struggle, in terms of an insecurity, in terms of shared resources or money, right? And then just turn around and face it. And I promise that if you do, regardless of the outcome, you will have gained a piece of you back that was missing, a power, because you turned around and you faced it. And you looked at it in its big, ugly face. So I believe in you. I know this collective believes in you as an entity, as what we represent. There's been many of us, including myself, that have been held through major transformations through this group and the resources that are available here. For instance, I can help in this time by giving you a reading where you can find in my personal website, marlenemenendez.com. I actually came up with a cool little spread for Jupiter in Taurus, because this is a time, you guys, that you can freaking manifest whatever you want. I can't say it enough. I can't say the expansion that is available enough to you. If you want it, if you want to turn around and look at South Node in Scorpio in its freaking face and be like, all right, let's go. Give it to me. Show me that shadow that is getting in the way of my freaking dreams. Enough is enough. And that's kind of the attitude that I want you to harness, with love, with grace, with compassion for yourself and others. Allow this expansion that is being given to you as a gift. And again, lean into this collective, your support system, your family, your partnerships, because, you know, none of us can really get there alone, and we don't have to. We don't freaking have to. So I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to speak in this space and be part of any little piece of your transformation that I possibly can. And I'm always doing that with so much love. So I hope this full moon illuminates you, illuminates your path, and I will see you for the new moon. Take care. Ciao.